Okay, sir. Today there is a Cambridge O level 5054, paper 1, variant 1. Okay, it is MCQ's paper, multiple choice questions, paper 1, variant 1. Over there, May, June 2025, 1 hour paper over there. Soft and clear, soft clean razor should be used, soft pencil type B should be used, 40 MCQs, A, B, C, D options are given, and each correct answer will score 1 mark, and any rough working should be done on this question paper, no need of extra paper, and there will be total 40 questions paper over there. And take the weight up to 1 kg for 9.8 Newton as mg, like W is equal to mg, like that. If you are taking 1, then take the G value as 9.8, and it will be 9.8 Newton per kg, you can say, per kg, or you can take meter per second square as the unit of your gravitational acceleration G value over there. And or kg meter per second square or Newton per kg can be taken for showing the weight of 9.8 Newton for 1 kg mass of the body over there. Okay, let's move to the main question paper. Before this, kindly subscribe the channel, share the video, and like that. Okay. All right. Which quantity has both magnitude and direction? And it a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? So mass is a scalar, but it should have magnitude and direction, but mass doesn't have. Mass doesn't have. Weight has the direction, and weight is a vector quantity, should be perfect for it. Remember that the vector quantities are those which have some magnitude in the form of length and have proper direction in any direction over there, then those are called vector quantities. The quantities which have magnitude, which have proper direction, can be taken as vector, and weight is the force which is acting towards the gravity according to Earth over there, is directed always towards the planet on which you want to measure that. So D can be taken over there as the right option for this question. Let's move to question number 2 there. Here he is saying that the speed time graph shows the part of a journey of a bicycle of time 10 seconds. Okay. What is the distance that the bicycle travels in 10 seconds? If you observe, this is just like a trapezium where these two sides are parallel sides and it is the perpendicular. So take the values 1 by 2 into height into sum of parallel sides over there. So 1 by 2 into height is taken as 10 seconds as 10 over there, and sum of parallel sides is being taken 1 plus 4, making the 5 over there. So it should be 2, 5 times 10, 5, 5 times 25 meters. So it should be B over there. Whenever this type of question is given for calculating the distance, you will have to take the area under graph over there. Now he is saying which statement explains why a heavy coin that falls through a short distance towards the ground does not reach a terminal velocity. The coin has not hit the ground. No. The weight of the coin equals to air resistance. No, terminal velocity has not attained, so it will not be equal. The weight of the coin increases as the air resistance increases. No, weight is going to, as we can say, we are moving towards Earth, gravity is decreasing and it should not be increasing as the air resistance is increasing. The weight of the coin is always more than the air resistance. Weight is always more than the air resistance. So we will say this is the right answer. Weight of the coin is always more than the air resistance, so terminal velocity is not attained over there. Terminal velocity not reach, so terminal velocity is not attained, over there. All right, let's move to question number 4 now. Here he is saying the diagram shows the load extension graph for a spring, which name give the point x, where the graph is straight line, so it should be limit of proportionality. in which when I remove the force, the object gets its position, original position back. That is called limit of proportionality. So that is being taken at point X as limit of proportionality for that functions over there. Whenever the load and extension are directly proportional to each other, the graph will be straight line, and the limit after which it is not showing the straight path like this, it is showing a curved path from its original path over there, then it means that is not directly proportional after that. So that is called limit of proportionality over there. After that, here he is saying some students measure the masses and the volume of different sized samples of a type of wood, which graph shows the result over there. Mass and volume. If you just observe the density formula is equal to mass over volume, if you say that the density is constant, then it means mass and volume is directly proportional to each other. And if you remember directly proportional graph of Ohm's law, that was straight line when the density is constant over there. So graph will be taken as option B over there. Mass and volume can be taken according to the straight line graph. Never use to draw the graph just because of your estimation or assumption. Always try to relate according to formulas, then it will be easy for you. After that, let's move to question number 6 here. Here he is saying that the diagram shows the section of a roller coaster ride that is a circle arranged vertically. The truck is moving at a constant speed at the position shown over there. Then we can say position shown, and which arrow shows the direction of resultant force acting on the truck. So truck is moving on a circular path, and whenever an object is moving on a circular path, there must be centripetal force which will be directed towards the center of that circular track. So direction of that force will be along the option D over there. Okay, it should not be tangential, it should not be going outward, upward or downward over there. It will always directed towards the center over there. What is the unit of momentum? If I write down the momentum formula over here, momentum, then we know it is mass multiply velocity. Mass is given kilogram and velocity is given meter per second. So it is kg meter per second. That is written in the form of option A over there. After that, he is saying in a safety test, a car collides with a concrete block. Means when a new company launches a new car, then they give a safety test over there. Car collides with a concrete block. The impulse exerted by the force on the car is 14,000 Newton. If I show you how force is relating by rate of change of momentum, mu over t, and if I take the force to multiply with time, then force multiply time is equal to change in momentum, then this term is named as impulse. And here he is saying the value of impulse F multiplied T is 14,000 Newton second. The collision of the block is for 70 millisecond. And what is the force exerted on the car? So F multiplied T is 14,000. F multiplied T is equal to 14,000. And if I want to calculate force, it means I will have to take 70 millisecond in the denominator over there. 70 multiplied 10 raised to power minus 3. Let's go for its calculation little bit over there. Here, just fraction introduced, 14,000 divided by being taken as 70 multiply 10 raised to power minus 3 over there, then it will be equal to 20,000, 200,000. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 200,000 over there. So it should be answer C should be taken over there for the calculation of force exerted on the car. by using the impulse relationship over there. After that, he is saying an object pulled along a horizontal ground accelerates to the right, and the diagram shows the direction of the force acting on the object. Contact force is upward, weight is downward, pulling force is rightward, and frictional force is backward over there. So we can say which force is multiplied by the distance moved to calculate the work done to increase its kinetic energy store. So for this one, if we just observe for kinetic energy over there, then we will say pulling force will be responsible for it. And we can say here, because the pulling force is taking this boat towards the right direction over there, and that is a kinetic energy, because that will be gained in the form of applied energy by the pulling force over there. So you will just multiply with the help of pulling force with the distance, and you will get the work done, or you will get the increase in kinetic energy over there. That will be the pulling force. Remember that contact force is not responsible for any movement to show the kinetic energy. Contact force is not responsible. After that, frictional force is going to stop the body, means not involved in velocity or speed to accelerate that. Only pulling force, and weight is also acting downward. In the action and reaction phenomenon of contact force and weight, they are canceling out their effect and not involved in the case of, we can say here that kinetic energy should be changed by using that process. After that, he is saying that the mass of object P is greater than mass of Q, means MP is greater than MQ. Okay, the object contains different amounts of matter and have different resistances to change of motion. Which row is correct? Greater amount of matter in the P is greater mass. He is right. Greater resistance to change in motion. All right. So P will be fine. No need to look for the other options when you found the right one, because according to inertia, we know that as the mass is larger, inertia is larger. And if I want to push the truck or bicycle, a truck will be difficult to push and to accelerate that. So we will have to go for checking the resistance to change, which is having the different in motion. For greater change, resistance will be required to change the body. So that will be the option A over there, can be taken into account over there. Okay, here he is saying a builder leaves two identical heavy stones tiles resting on soft earth. Okay, one of the vertical and one is the horizontal. After few hours, the vertical has started to sink into the soft earth like sand over there. The horizontal one is not started to sink, because how which row correctly compares the forces and the pressure of the tiles over there. If we just look at the formula, pressure is equal to force over area, and if I say the standing tile over there, then we will say forces will stay different, because the because your area is going to change. In case of, for example, you are working by wearing pin heel on the soft soil, you are exerting extra pressure, extra force over there, because the surface area is decreased over there. On the other end, when you are going with the flat foot, then you are saying your area is larger and you are exerting the less force on the earth over there. So I will say here that forces will stay different, and the pressure will also be different for it, to be taken as option A will be fine for it. Option A will be fine for it. No, I am wrong here. Forces are same, pressure are different, because weight is not changing for the tile. W is equal to mg, and the weight is not changing, forces is not changing. So this is staying the same, and pressure is going to change, because the area is going to decrease and increase in both of those cases over there. Go for number 12. Here he is saying that four beakers contain the same liquid over there. At which point is the pressure greatest? Then it means if I use in case of pressure is equal to rho GH, when the depth is much larger, then it means extra pressure is exerted because density and gravity remains constant for all of these cases. So depth is larger for option C over there. It is the right answer for your question number 12 over there. Here he is saying the strength of the forces between the particles of the solid determines how much the solid expands when heated. The strength of forces between the particles of a solid determine how much the solid expands when heated. When statement about these forces is correct, the forces are strong, so solid expands less, and liquids and gases, it's all right. When there are strongest forces of attraction are present in solid, they will show less expansion as compared to liquid and gases over there. Let's move to question number 14 over there, where he is saying air is heated in a sealed container with constant volume. Air is heated with sealed container with constant volume over there. And why does the air pressure increases when the temperature increases? So we can say kinetic energy increases as the temperature increases over there. So the air molecules expand? No, the air molecules bounce off each other more frequently, means bounce off even though kinetic energy is exerting. Let's check the other ones also. The molecules bounce off the walls more frequently. Of each other, bounce off each other means striking with each other over there. That is not responsible because overall kinetic energy is staying the same over there. But the air molecules bounce off walls more frequently. That will be fine for this one. Why does the pressure increases when the temperature increases? Because the air molecules bounce off more frequently with the walls of the container over there. After that, we are moving towards 15. 15 is saying that a student determines the specific heat capacity, okay, of a metal by carrying out an experiment. The list shown the okay electronic balance for measuring the mass, ruler to measuring the length, thermometer, heater operating at the power of 50 watts, stopwatch, ammeter, voltmeter. Which apparatus student should use to calculate this? Okay. What is number one? Electronic balance he should use. Ruler, no need for because length is not needed for any purpose. He should use thermometer. He should use heater. He should use stopwatch. No need of ammeter. No need to measure the current and voltmeter over there. So option A is perfect that you are going with 1, you are going with 3, 4, and 5 to use for the measurement of Q is equal to MC delta T. And for heat provided, you need a heater and you need the stopwatch, you need the thermometer to measure the temperature change to find your specific heat capacity Q over M delta T over there. Number 16. When a liquid evaporates, molecules escape from its surface. This is called evaporation over there, in which he is saying which molecules escape and what happens to the average kinetic energy of the molecules remaining in the liquid. The less energetic molecules escape and less energetic will not escape. Less energetic will molecule escape and average kinetic energy no. More energetic molecules escape and the average kinetic energy decreases. Then I will say it is the right option. Escape of gas molecules due to their high kinetic energy from the surface of a liquid is called evaporation, and it should be taken in this style over there. A sample of a water in a beaker is at a temperature T over there, okay? And the surface area of a water is A, and an electric fan blows air across the top of the beaker is speed V. Okay, for which value of T, A, and V does the water evaporate more rapidly? So surface area should be larger, and temperature should be larger. So has taken the speed also with the larger values. So we should go with temperature is 38, area is 70 maximum, and speed is 5. All right, this will be fine due to high kinetic energy according to temperature, according to area. The evaporation rate will be much larger over there. Thermal energy passes quickly from hot region of a metal to cold region of a metal. Why are metals are good conductors of thermal energy? Electrons in metal vibrate about fixed points and quickly passes energy from one electron to the next. Electrons move quickly from ions in hot regions to ions in cold regions. That's fine. That's fine. Much better. Protons in the metal are close together and move quickly to hard cold nori. No, it is not the possibility for the transfer of heat. Small ions of the metal move more quickly. So ions and protons are not involved. Only A and B can be the right option over there. So electrons in metal vibrate about fixed points and quickly pass energy from one electron to another. It can be correct. Electrons move quickly from ions in hot regions to the ions to the cold regions. So it is easy. And it should go with B over there. It should go with B over there. That is the right answer over there. Electrons move quickly from ions in hot regions like metals with the, because that is a free electron and ions are present. And the region where electrons are present in hotter region, they will move to the colder region over there and they should move in that style over there. Okay, the diagram shows the light striking the plane mirror and reflecting, which is the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is incident ray and normal, so it should be taken with option B over there. All right. After that, we will have to move to number 20, where he is saying a shoe shop puts a mirror on the wall so that customers can look at their shoes. The length of the mirror is 50 centimeter, is being shown from here to here. And a customer has eyes 150 centimeter above the ground. So it is 150 centimeter above the ground over there. The bottom of the mirror has the height h of the ground. What is the smallest value that allows the customer to see the image of his shoes? So he should at least complete the height of 150. So it means I will say what is the smallest value that allows the customer to see the image over there. That will be, if it is 150, and what is the minimum value of h over there? So h can be taken according to its size, and 150. What should be this minimum? What should be this one? So as we observe that 50 centimeter is below, if I say what is the smallest value of h allows the customer to see the image of his shoes in the mirror? Half should be 75, 150, 75, 50 already present. So it should be the minimum value with 25 centimeter. What I said, total is 150 height of the eyes over there. 50 is already present in the center. And The half of this 150 is 75. So this mirror should be at least present over there so that in the mirror he can easily observe the image that can be 25 centimeters should be taken over there. Which description of dull black surface is correct? Dull black surface. So he is saying that can be good emitter. He is right. Good absorber. He is right. And good reflector. No. Good emitter. Poor absorber. No. Good emitter, good absorber, poor reflector of radiation will be fine. So it is black dull surface which should be taken for this purpose over there. The ray from the light, the rays of the light from the ray box passes through three lenses placed at position 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is happening over there? Which type of lens is being used over there? So if we just observe, it is showing the little bit converging, little bit diverging more, diverging, converging, and again converging over there. So we will say here that it should be go with converging, converging, and diverging. Option B, converging, converging, and then diverging. What I said? Converging. This was ray box. First ray, what did? It is converging. Like it was original path is like this. It is tried to focus that. This original path is this. It again tried to focus that. But this ray is going in this direction and it has shown the divergence over there. So position 1, position 2 is going to show converging, and the third one is showing the position diverging over there. Number 23. Okay, what is he saying? The swimming pool is bit under the water of light. A ray of light is incident on the surface of water. What is the pathway of the ray of light? So light is coming and it is going to strike and surface of water and ray of light is like this. It can, if I take from denser medium to a rarer medium, like this is a surface of water, like this is air outside and this is water, and I'm throwing the light and because this is just like a swimming pool is lit by underwater light. So when I am coming in the form of, let's suppose I take a normal over here, when I am entering from denser medium to rarer medium, I should move away. I should move away more. I should move, not move towards the normal. So this B is not possible. A is really not possible because it is not a reflecting surface. And D is also not possible. So option C will be fine to show the total internal reflection, which I am saying that critical angle, that angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle over there. All right. So total internal reflection phenomenon can be taken over there. Here he is saying when a converging lens is used as a magnifying glass, what is the nature of the image? So it means you are putting the object inside the focal length of converging lens over there. It will be magnified and it will be virtual image over there, and it will be upright. Like in this format, you are getting this format of image by putting your lens, and this object is placed inside the focal length and between the center of curvature, then image is becoming upright and virtual over there. That is done with the help of magnifying glass over there. Okay, let's move to question number 25. A sound wave consists of compression and rarefaction. Which type of wave is sound, and how does the pressure in a rarefaction and compression with the pressure in a compression? So, pressure in rarefaction will be smaller and the type of waves will be longitudinal. Because when we take the example of sound, we know that the particles of the wave and the medium propagate parallel to each other, and those are called longitudinal waves. And when there is a rare fraction, then the pressure is low. And in compression, because longitudinal waves are made up of compression and rare fractions, and compressions are those points where molecules are closer to each other due to high pressure, and in rarefaction they are at very larger distances, so pressure is less over there. After that, he is saying 26. He is saying that what happens to the sound when sound wave when the note heard gets louder. Gets louder, it means its amplitude has increased over there. So its amplitude increases, frequency increases, no need, speed increases, no need, wavelength increases, no need. Because I am talking about the loudness, I am talking about the louder sound from a faint sound towards louder sound. So loudness of a sound, it is the quality of the sound. That loudness depends upon the amplitude of the sound wave source over there. A pulse of ultrasound from a sensor is reflected back to the sensor by a crack of piece on a metal and by the bottom of the surface of a metal. The reflection from the crack is received at the sensor 1.5 10 to the minus 7 second, and pulse is sent out. And the reflection from the bottom surface is received at the center is 1.5 10 to the minus 5. Okay, and after the pulse is sent out. So the speed of ultrasound is 5200 meter per second. What is the distance between the crack and the bottom over there? So 1.5 and okay, it should also be divided by 2. Okay. Then I am saying that 1.5 and 1 millisecond, 1 multiplied times to minus 5 second. Just take the difference of both of them, and then after getting the difference, you will have to multiply it by your speed, because distance is equal to speed multiplied time divided by 2 should be taken. Because when ultrasound is going, then it is reflecting back and reaching to the source over there. Again, it is traveling the distance for 2 times, and you need only 1 time distance over there, so you will divide it by 2 also. So V is your 5200 meter per second, and time is 1 multiplied times by minus 5 and 1.5 times by minus 5. So 1.5 multiplied 10 is to the minus 5 minus 1 multiplied 10 is by minus 5 seconds over there. If I take 10 is to the minus 5 common, then 1.5 minus 1 will give me 0.5. So 5200 multiply 0.5 multiply 10 is to the power minus 5 divided by 2 should be taken over there. So 5200, let's go for calculation little bit over there by introducing in fractions over there. 5200 multiply by 0.5 multiply by 10 raised to power minus 5 divided by 2 over there will equal to, this will equal to 0.013. So option A should be taken as the right answer for this one. Okay, let's move to the next one. What is he saying over there? A 12-volt battery is connected to a resistor of the resistance 100 ohm. How much charge passes through the resistor in 30 minutes? So I will have to calculate first the current using the Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. So I need I over there. I is equal to V over R. V is 12 over 100. So I will say here it is 0.12 ampere. 0.12 ampere is the current. I need to calculate the charge over there. So Q is equal to IT means charge into time or ampere second like that. So 0.12 multiply by 30 multiply by 60 I have taken as in seconds over there. And go for this one. He is saying here 0.12 multiply 30, 0.12 multiply 30 multiply 60 equals to, as I have written here wrong. No, I have not written right over there. I have written 60 multiply 3 point. I should use 30 over there. 0.12 multiply 30 multiply 60 is equal to 216. So 216, when I round it off, it will give me 220 coulomb over there. Let's move to the next. A circuit consists of a resistor connected between the positive terminal and the negative terminal of the power supply, which row describes the direction of conventional current and the direction of flow of electrons from the resistor. Flow of free resistor. Direction of conventional current. Conventional current, remember that from positive to negative, and direction of electron is from negative to positive terminal of the battery. Because conventional current is shown in the form of only circuit drawn by showing that positive ions or positive electrons or positive charges are moving towards them. So it should be taken as from positive to negative for conventional current, positive to negative, and negative to positive is option C is correct for this one over there. Let's move to number 30 over there. He is saying the graph shows how the resistance of the thermistor varies with temperature. As the temperature is increasing, resistance is decreasing over there. The thermistor is at a temperature of 10 degrees centigrade and is at 10 degrees centigrade and is connected in series with a fixed resistor of 20 ohm. So 20 plus 80, all right. What is the combined resistance? 20 plus 80 will be the 100 ohm over there. What I said, here it is the resistor, here it is the thermistor over there. And when thermistor is like this, and when I say this, both are connected in series, it means 20 ohm is here and 80 ohm, which I have taken that when the temperature is 10 degree centigrade, then the resistance is 80 ohm there. I have just added both of them to get the 100 ohm to over there. Each resistor of the circuit has the resistance 6 ohm. What is the total resistance? Remember that these two resistors 1 and 2 are connected in parallel. Whenever you are going for parallel, just multiply both resistors and add both resistors down. So it will be 36 over 12. So it will equal to 3 ohm. So the combined resistance for this one will be 3 ohm over there. And this 3 should be added into this 6 over there. And you will get 9 ohm as your resistance of the total combined resistance of the whole circuit between the two terminals shown over there. Let's move to the question number 32 over there. He is saying the alternating current of a generator is connected to oscilloscope. Okay, it is showing the positive half cycle and negative half cycle to show that it is being connected to AC generator over there. And the diagram shows the trace of the produce of oscilloscope screen. Okay, here he is saying what are the possible angles between the planes of the coil and the magnetic field direction at the time represents by the point 1, 2, and 3. At number 1, he is showing 0. He is showing 0. As if we observe here that plane of the coil and magnetic field should both be perpendicular to each other. So if we observe here that at point 1, if it is shown originally by 0, it means magnetic field will have the 90 degree because both are perpendicular. So it should be taken as perpendicular. It should be going for CRD over there. Let's check which is right. For position number 2, it should add 90 over there. It is 90 position. It should be 80 over there. So it is 180. So it is the right answer. And for position 3, it will be again reach to the 0 degree over there, because you will have to add to show the 90 degree more added to show the perpendicular relationship over there. Then that can be taken as option C over there as the right answer for this question over there. A beam of beta particles traveling vertically towards downwards enters the magnetic field between two magnetic poles, North Pole and South Pole. The beta particles experience a force due to magnetic field, and he is saying what is the direction of the force on beta particles as it enters the magnetic field towards the pole of the top of the page, towards the bottom of the page, and into the page or out of the page over there. So whenever we say this is the North Pole, this is the South Pole, means magnetic field line is going like this. And when I say beta particles is going to be taken as perpendicular, so we will say it should go into the page over there. Like if you look North Pole to South Pole, means your electric current, electric flow of electrons should move into the page for this scenario over there. Here he is saying a step-up transformer is connected between the power supply, power station, and a long-distance electricity transmission cable. What is the purpose of step-up transformer, and does it operates using alternating current or using direct current? It is being operated only with the help of AC current. Remember that transformer is a device which is going to work with AC only, and to decrease the current in the cable, we will have to use a step up transformer over there. So it should go with B over there. That current used will be AC, and to decrease the current or to increase the voltage, we use the step up transformer over there. Here he is saying that each diagram shows the nucleus of an atom, which diagram shows the isotopes of the same element over there. So, if we observe that proton is black, neutron is white. Proton is black. Proton is black. 4 proton, 3 proton, 3 proton. Okay, black is proton now. So if I observe 1 and 4, both have equal number of protons and variable neutrons. Because black is proton. It is having 3 proton. It is having 3 proton. But it is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 protons. And it is having 1, 2, 3, 4 protons. So isotopes are those atoms of an element which have same number of protons, which have same atomic number, but different mass number because of the changing number of neutrons over there. So we will have to go for 1 and 4 only. These are the isotopes of each other. Yeah, a little bit chemistry, I think so. A radioactive nucleus X decays to another radioactive nucleus. After a number of decays, a stable nucleus Q is produced. The proton number of atomic number X is equal to that of Q, and the nucleon mass number of X is more than that of Q. Which radiation is emitted to produce the Q over there? And if you remember alpha decay, beta decay, and gamma decay over there, then you can easily answer this question over there. That he is saying what the proton number of atomic number of X is equal to Q. Means proton number is not changed. And nucleon number, mass number of X is 4 more than original. So 4 is responsible because of alpha particles. And then means 2 alpha particles are not possible, because I will have to keep the atomic number again same to same. Only mass number should be decreased by 4 over there. then I am saying two alpha particles will not be taken as the right answer. One alpha particle and one beta. If you have taken one alpha particle out, then it means one beta particle is not enough to balance it. So two alpha particles and one beta particle will also not be possible. One alpha particle and two beta means two beta particles are being added, atomic number again becoming same to same as like X and Q both should have. So option D will be perfect for this answer over there. This is number 37, shows the experiment to measure the count rate of radioactive decay of isotope. What is the half-life? Okay, here he is showing you the 1000, go for 500, like this. It is showing the 60 time is 60 minutes over there. So it is the half-life of the period. You can again also check for the next one, like 500 is going to 250 to be taken over there. So if you just observe here 60 and if I make this line more straight like that, it is coming to 120. So he is right that the half-lifetime period of the whole original sample is being taken by 60 minutes over there. After that, on number 38, during the fission, a nucleus of uranium-235, U-235 is being taken. And he is saying one neutron, it absorbs one neutron to produce two daughter nuclei and three neutrons. Krypton 92 and is one of the daughter nuclei, and it contains 92 nucleons. And how many nucleons does the other daughter nuclei will have? So 92 is taken by krypton. Three neutrons are also being taken, 95. So I should go, and one neutron was also added originally over there. So it is total 236, and I have got 92 already, and three neutrons more, two daughter nuclei and three neutrons are also being taken out over there. So 236 minus 92 minus 3. So I should go here 236 minus 92 minus 3 equals to 141. That is option B will be fine over there. What I said, you have taken uranium-235, one neutron is added, 236, 92 is lost, three neutrons are lost, and the remaining for the other daughter nuclei is being taken by those nucleon values over there. Okay, for number 39, he is saying the orbital speed of the planet around the sun is v, and sun is v, orbital speed, and its orbital period is t. Jupiter is further from the sun. Further means it is more away from the sun than the earth. So which planet has the greater value of v, and which planet has the greater value of t over there? So I will say here that greater orbital speed will be given towards the nearing a planet, and greater time period will be given to the away planet. So I will say here that it should be going with Earth, and Jupiter will be having this relation over there, which is going to satisfy the given condition according to the orbital speed over there. After that, what is the Earth's position in the order of planets from the sun? Closest to the planet, closest planet to the sun, no. Second closest planet to the sun, no. And third closest, yeah, it is the third closest planet to the Earth over there. So this was your whole paper for May-June 2025, paper 1, variant 1. And if you have watched the whole complete video, kindly subscribe the channel, share the video. Thank you so much for today class. Allah Hafiz.